Hello and welcome to ECN. We deliver, you decide. Harris vows no return to Trump chaos in fiery campaign debut. Welcome to ECN Premium Digital News Channel. Vice President Kamala Harris vowed on Tuesday that Americans would not return to the chaos of the Trump years, as she made her campaign trail debut in battleground Wisconsin with just over 100 days left before the election. In a fiery speech a day after securing enough Democratic delegates to win the party's nomination, Harris framed the contest against Trump as a choice between starkly different visions for the country. She portrayed Trump's vision as regressive and backward-looking, while casting hers as optimistic and forward-thinking. Do we want to live in a country of freedom, compassion, and rule of law, or a country of chaos, fear, and hate? She asked, drawing roaring applause and chants of Kamala, reflecting an enthusiasm that has eluded Democrats in recent months. As Harris arrived in Milwaukee, the two most powerful Democrats in Congress, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer and House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries, threw their support behind her during a joint press conference in Washington, D.C. Democrats are moving forward stronger and more united than ever before, Schumer told reporters, adding that he had seen a surge of enthusiasm from every corner of our party since Joe Biden's decision to withdraw from the presidential race and endorse his vice president. In short order, Harris consolidated support among the party, ending weeks of internal drama following Biden's calamitous debate performance last month that exacerbated voters' concerns about the 81-year-old president's fitness to serve another 4 years, and a discussion over who could replace him if he bowed out. Fears of a messy contest for the nomination never materialized, as members of Congress, party activists, labor leaders, and would-be rivals lined up behind Harris. The campaign, which she inherited from Biden, was renamed and has raised an astonishing $100 million in 36 hours. At the rally on Tuesday, Harris drew a sharp contrast between herself, a history-making prosecutor, and Trump, the first president ever to be convicted of a felony. I took on perpetrators of all kinds, predators who abused women, fraudsters who ripped off consumers, cheaters who broke the rules for their own gain, she said to roaring applause. So hear me when I say, I know Donald Trump's type, she added. I will proudly put my record against his any day of the week. During a visit to campaign headquarters in Wilmington, Delaware on Monday, Harris acknowledged that the last few weeks had been a roller coaster, but sought to project calm and a sense of continuity. She announced that Jen O'Malley Dillon would continue to lead the campaign and that Julie Chavez Rodriguez would remain in her role as campaign manager. Promising a people-powered campaign, Harris told supporters in Milwaukee that building up the middle class will be a defining goal of my presidency. She also vowed to stop Republicans' extreme abortion bans, saying that Democrats trust women to make decisions about their own bodies. Tuesday's event was scheduled even before Biden dropped his bid for the presidency, but took on renewed resonance as Harris ascended to the top of the Democratic ticket at an extraordinary moment in American politics. Just days before, Republicans left their party's convention in Milwaukee, projecting confidence about their prospects in November after nominating Trump days after he survived an assassination attempt, along with his running mate, the 39-year-old senator from Ohio, J.D. Vance. As Democrats called on their party's leader to step aside, Republicans emerged energized and united. Surveys taken since Biden's withdrawal have shown a nail-bitingly close contest, with Harris running marginally stronger than Biden was against Trump. A Reuters Charsh Ipsos poll released on Tuesday found Harris opened up a small 2 percentage point lead over Trump. On Tuesday, the Trump campaign's pollster, Tony Fabrizio, circulated a memo warning of a Harris honeymoon that would see a temporary rise in public opinion before Republican attacks on her begin to sink in. While acknowledging the situation we find ourselves in today is totally uncharted territory, he insisted the fundamentals of the race stay the same, and Trump remains in a strong position to win in November. Danielle Butterfield, executive director for Priorities USA, one of the largest liberal super PACs, said Biden's decision to end his re-election bid had given Democrats an opening to turn the contest into a referendum on the Trump presidency and his plans for a second term. We believe we have a renewed chance to make this election about the future. Butterfield told reporters during a briefing on Tuesday. Public opinion research conducted by the group found Harris was exciting key Democratic constituencies, especially among Black and Hispanic voters and young people. It's our #1 job to remind voters why they voted against Trump in 2020, Butterfield added. Republicans quickly pivoted to the vice president. Trump has already assailed Harris, a former California senator, as dangerously liberal, part of Republicans' effort to tie her to Biden's record on the economy and immigration, the Democrats' weakest issues. This week, House Republicans were weighing whether to bring to the floor a resolution condemning her handling of the border as vice president, even though her mission was to address the root causes of migration, not immigration policy. She's the same as Biden, but much more radical, Trump said on Tuesday. On a call with reporters aimed at hammering Harris over border security and immigration, she's a radical left person, and this country doesn't want a radical left person to destroy it. That's all he's got? Harris's husband, the second gentleman, Doug Emhoff, said of Trump's attacks during a visit to a reproductive rights clinic in McLean, Virginia, earlier in the day. There he raised Trump's legacy of appointing the conservative justices who ended the constitutional right to an abortion, which he said paved the way for a post-Dobbs hellscape. Wisconsin is considered one of the blue wall battleground states that are critical to the Democrats' hopes of winning the White House in November. Trump won Wisconsin in 2016, and 4 years later, Biden clinched the state. The path to the White House goes through Wisconsin, Harris told the raucous crowd. By the time Harris took the stage in Milwaukee on Tuesday, the high school where she spoke was standing room only. A campaign official said organizers received so many requests to attend the event that they were forced to find a larger venue at the last minute. "I'm glad Joe Biden is passing the torch," said Sue Fearson, a longtime Democratic Party voter who said she had been worried about what might happen if Biden stepped down, but warmed to the idea once it seemed clear Harris would take over at the top of the ticket. "I'm trying to be in the moment," said Kami Graham, a 51-year-old secretarial worker who attended the rally. "I feel confident and excited. She knows what to do, and she will get the young vote that the Democrats need." For Olivia De La Rosa, who is 18 and votes absentee from Brazil, the 2024 presidential election will be her first opportunity to vote. "It's very exciting," said De La Rosa, who attended the rally with her grandmother, who lives in Milwaukee. "I can't wait for the debate. I'm looking forward to Harris bringing down the hammer." Thank you for watching and listening. If you like our content, please give us a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and share our premium news channel, ECN. We deliver, you decide.
Trump vs. Harris. The battle begins with fiery attacks and bold promises. Welcome to ECN Premium Digital News Channel. Donald Trump unleashed a barrage of attacks on Wednesday against his likely new opponent, Vice President Kamala Harris, whom he called his new victim to defeat, and accused of deceiving the public about President Joe Biden's ability to run for a second term. At a rally in Charlotte, North Carolina, his first public campaign event since Biden dropped out of the 2024 race and Harris emerged as the Democratic nominee, Trump labeled her the most incompetent and far-left vice president in American history. He mispronounced her first name repeatedly, a denigrating approach to the first Black woman and person of South Asian descent, likely to lead a major party's presidential ticket. "So now we have a new victim to defeat, Lion Kamala Harris," Trump said, calling her a radical left lunatic and crazy for her positions on abortion and immigration. Trump's speech indicated that the campaign might become especially brutal and personal, despite warnings from some GOP leaders against using overtly racist and sexist attacks. Trump blamed Harris for what he portrayed as the Biden administration's failures, particularly regarding security along the U.S.-Mexico border. Speakers before Trump attacked Harris's record on the border, highlighting her role in leading a White House effort to address migration issues. Harris's name was met with boos several times during the speeches. "She was assigned that, she was given that task, and she failed," said Brandon Judd, former president of the National Border Patrol Council. Trump also accused Harris of being equally responsible for Biden's border policies and repeated his pledge to conduct mass deportations with the help of local police. Kamala's deadly destruction of America's borders is completely and totally disqualifying. She shouldn't be allowed to run for president with what she's done, Trump told supporters. Meanwhile, Harris spent Wednesday in Indiana addressing members of the historically black sorority Zeta Phi Beta, emphasizing that we are not playing around and asking for their help in electing her president in November. She characterized the election as a choice between two different visions for our nation, one focused on the future, the other focused on the past. Harris's campaign described Trump's speech as unhinged, weird, and rambling. Unity is over for Donald Trump, said campaign spokesperson Amr Moussa, referring to unity pledges made during the Republican National Convention. Harris is expected to make abortion a key part of her campaign, presenting herself as someone who will fight against abortion restrictions. She has stated she trusts women to make decisions about their own bodies. Trump has hedged on plans for an expected debate with Harris, initially wanting Fox News to host the matchup originally scheduled with Biden. On Tuesday, Trump indicated he'd like to debate Harris more than once, but did not commit to the current debate plans. Quietly, Republicans have discussed how substituting Harris for Biden nullifies part of their argument in favor of Trump's vitality. At 81, Biden would have been the oldest presidential nominee in a general election. Now, the 78-year-old Trump occupies that slot. Harris, 59, has launched a campaign that appears to be stoking interest among younger voters, who could be key in deciding the anticipated close general election. Thank you for watching and listening. If you like our content, please give us a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and share our premium news channel, ECN. We deliver, you decide.